War settles nothing. There's no tragedy in life like the death of a child. Things never get back to the way they were. You don't lead by hitting people over the head. That's assault, not leadership. An intellectual is a man who takes more words than necessary to tell more than he knows. From behind the Iron Curtain, there are signs that tyranny is in trouble and reminders that its structure is as brittle as its surface is hard. There is no victory at bargain basement prices. I would rather try to persuade a man to go along, because once I have persuaded him, he will stick. If I scare him, he will stay just as long as he is scared, and then he is gone. Our real problem, then, is not our strength today, it is rather the vital necessity of action today to ensure our strength tomorrow. The spirit of man is more important than mere physical strength, and the spiritual fiber of a nation than its wealth. Politics is a profession, a serious, complicated and, in its true sense, a noble one. If men can develop weapons that are so terrifying as to make the thought of global war include almost a sentence for suicide, you would think that man's intelligence and his comprehension would include also his ability to find a peaceful solution. Things have never been more like the way they are today in history. There is nothing wrong with America. The faith, love of freedom, intelligence, and energy of her citizens cannot cure. Pessimism never won any battle. The best morale exists when you never hear the word mentioned. When you hear a lot of talk about it, it's usually lousy. I despise people who go to the gutter on either the right or the left and hurl rocks at those in the center. Some people wanted champagne and caviar when they should have had beer and hot dogs. This world of ours must avoid becoming a community of dreadful fear and hate, and be, instead, a proud confederation of mutual trust and respect. If you want total security, go to prison. There you're fed, clothed, given medical care and so on. The only thing lacking is freedom. A people that values its privileges above its principles soon loses both. In preparing for battle, I have always found that plans are useless, but planning is indispensable. Leadership is the art of getting someone else to do something you want done because he wants to do it. There is no glory in battle worth the blood it costs. Plans are nothing, planning is everything. Neither a wise man nor a brave man lies down on the tracks of history to wait for the train of the future to run over him. Pull the string, and it will follow wherever you wish. Push it, and it will go nowhere at all. The clearest way to show what the rule of law means to us in everyday life is to recall what has happened when there is no rule of law. Whatever America hopes to bring to pass in the world must first come to pass in the heart of America. The older I get, the more wisdom I find in the ancient rule of taking first things first, a process which often reduces the most complex human problem to a manageable proportion. Farming looks mighty easy when your plow is a pencil and you're 1,000 miles from the cornfield. It is far more important to be able to hit the target than it is to haggle over who makes a weapon or who pulls a trigger. I have one yardstick by which I test every major problem, and that yardstick is it good for America? Together we must learn how to compose differences, not with arms, but with intellect and decent purpose. Don't join the book burners. Do not think you are going to conceal thoughts by concealing evidence that they ever existed. An atheist is a man who watches a Notre Dame, Southern Methodist University game and doesn't care who wins. Worry is a word that I don't allow myself to use. In most communities it is illegal to cry fire in a crowded assembly. Should it not be considered serious international misconduct to manufacture a general war scare in an effort to achieve local political aims? Ankles are nearly always neat and good-looking, but knees are nearly always not. When you are in any contest, you should work as if there were, to the very last minute, a chance to lose it. This is battle, this is politics, this is anything. Only strength can cooperate. Weakness can only beg. Some years ago I became president of Columbia University and learned within 24 hours to be ready to speak at the drop of a hat, and I learned something more. The trustees were expected to be ready to speak at the passing of the hat. The world moves, and ideas that were once good are not always good. This desk of mine is one at which a man may die, but from which he cannot resign. Unlike presidential administrations, problems rarely have terminal dates. How far you can go without destroying from within what you are trying to defend from without. Our pleasures were simple, they included survival. There is no person in this room whose basic rights are not involved in any successful defiance to the carrying out of court orders. When people speak to you about a preventive war, you tell them to go and fight it. After my experience, I have come to hate war. If you enjoyed these videos, please view the playlist for more American president quotes. Thank you. Please like and subscribe for more videos. Press the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos.